in situations like that. We all know a lot of people who are struggling, and a lot of villages are facing a lot of problems with people struggling. And one of the things I realised then is that actually that's the time to say, to take a good deep breath and say, you know what, screw this, I'm going to do this anyway. Because I suddenly realised, like coming here to do to start over and move into line, a lot of people, really, you're going to move to a little village in Wales? Yeah, it's brilliant. Sometimes you just have to say, it's worth it. And it's not worth it because it's like in the movies where suddenly you make a leap of faith and everything turns out wonderful and you're skipping through fields of daisies. It might still be hard and it might still be difficult. But this is the thing I learned, and this is what this is about. That doing something scary because it's what you feel inside and what you need to do is 1,000,000 times better than living under the fears that other people put on you. And that's what this is about. This is called Beachcombed and beyond. And I used to do this in places where people were struggling to say, you know what, just do it anyway. I've always loved this, watching the tide. Always my rolling go-to place. Then all of a sudden it all fell away, far beyond windows that looked onto walls, doorways with guards on, disclaimers to sign, pieces of something I don't want to die in, kicking me right where I live. But just for the moment, a whisper, a clasp, you find me again, pull me back in. The movement, the texture, the churn, so restless, just like my own, so vast and brittle, deep and free, a touch soft enough to rest in, to dive in, to breathe and soak my dreams in, a space fast enough to float my soul in, wild enough to read my words in, a rhythm to set my sea-lit heart by, a combination torched it through dark and endless blue, nature's clockwork, melting my stories on my tongue, teasing my passions to speak again. The fence at the edge of my world will never hold me as long as there is a tide. And what of yours? Where do your breakers roll in? Where do you find you, the real you that sits in the core of you and rebuilds itself when anyone wants a piece of you? If you're in an alley full of dross and there's no way out, can you find it there? If you're sitting in an office being talked down to, can you find it there? If you're walking in a blank little room, curled up and broken in a blank little chair, while they prod you with answers and strategies, staring at someone who just doesn't see, but who still tries to tell you what not to be. If the walls are collapsing around your heart, can you find the part of your heart that doesn't need walls, the part that builds bridges in sad, sacred places and raises cathedrals to which your heart alone has a skeleton key? It's a scary thing to hold in your soul, scary and lonely and painfully free, rolling ashore in the gallop of waves. But you know they can't shoot it, you know they can't jail it, they can't simply steal it and lock it away. Whoever they might be, whatever they might say, however deep their splinters, however tall their fence, they can't simply sanction your tide out of churning or sanction your heart out of being what it is. Because this is the ocean that churns into you. So crash through those walls when the stone tumbles down. Rip out those splinters and scream with the seas and breathe in what holds you that one time you're free. Because this is the fence at the edge of their world. And this is the ocean that churns into you. Thank you.